Got some wonderful surroundings here. Good shot at a vignette, which I'll show you here in just a little bit. But we got our main feature today. Looks like sort of a hybrid kind of house barn sort of set up here. Something small, but it's got a great shape to it. Lots of good character. Lots of great details in there that you can pull out. So we're going to start with our sketches here. And first thing that I'm noticing is that slant of the roof. So I'm going to focus on that first. All right, I'm going to use some graphite today. And we're just drawing this in real quick. Like I said, the slant is what I'm focusing on more. But we got some great detail here, even with this wood siding on the side here. We got a little bit of a barn door here, which I kind of like. And if you're not paying attention to it, you could kind of miss it. But got some small windows. This isn't a huge place, but it looks like, as far as utility is concerned, they probably kept some small stuff in here. Topper over that door. And we got the door here on the side. Just came out to some steps. Well, you can actually do this one of two ways. So you can either do it with the trees or without. And I know that's just a basic, simple answer. But in reality, the trees do add character to this barn. Kind of barn house mix. However, they can be overbearing too. So even if you do some of these trees, even all these trees and the brush over here, I would be a little bit limited with it. Maybe get rid of some of the limbs, maybe let the windows show through a little more. Really kind of focus on that roof up top, because I really like that coming down. I think that'll carry the eye across. But as I mentioned before, this does give you a chance for a vignette. But here at the beginning, I'm just focusing here on this roof. So I'm going to leave my note here for the roof. Okay. And then I actually really like this barn door and this door here on the end. I think they really complement this barn. So I'm going to leave just a couple more notes here for the door and the barn door. I think what this does is it creates sort of a triangular type piece that your eye can actually constantly go all the way around it. So I think these three things, the roof, the door, and the barn door, really complete that circular motion for your eye. So that's the notes here for the first sketch. Now, if you're just doing a standard landscape and you include this tree here, I wouldn't necessarily make this a vignette. You could get away with it, but I think this tree here would, I think it would ruin the essence of the vignette. I think the way this comes down here and then comes around, I think this area here is more of the vignette. If you include this tree here, you're looking at just a straight landscape. So then you kind of want to throw some things in from the back over there, maybe kind of show the field in the back, unless you want to focus in on the vignette. Okay, so I got my notes here. I got vignette, and I got swooping tree to remind me of this tree coming out here to the left. And again, this sets up a nice secondary vignette that you can get out of this. There's a lot of options here with this location. Again, if you want to take this middle tree out and just do some clouds all the way across, that would be beautiful too. That would tie in beautifully with the vignette as well. And that might be an option that I do in the future. All right, so for the second sketch, we're going to focus on the possible vignette styles here for this. So again, we do have the sort of house slash barn. I'm not going to go as detailed as the last sketch here. I just want to note that the barn is here. And then we're going to focus on the vignette part. So we got the brush that comes out like so. And I'll show you how I would square this off. You got the branches that come around, the tree that comes up, okay, and then they encapsulate and they encircle all the way around this sort of house barn sort of hybrid thing. And then, like I mentioned before, you can include the trees here up front. I would be sparing on a lot of the limbs because I would want to show a lot of the barn coming through. I do like the overhang here. That's not too bad. Some of the branches coming up there. So what you have is here is just the circling, the vignette part right here. And so just kind of draw a circle all around it. You got your vignette, and you don't put anything in the corners, and you just kind of smooth it all out. So you can include some of the sky if you want. There's some trees in the back. You want to include those. They're secondary. Not a huge deal. Your main focus is going to be on this brush over here and some of these trees that are coming out this way that kind of lead your eye around. So essentially your eye kind of goes in a circle around this vignette. Okay, and then these lead you around here. And then of course you got all these wonderful details in the barn itself. That you can show through. Then you got the windows here. Okay, and you want to make sure that those details do come through, so you don't want the trees in this to overshadow it. Okay, for the next sketch, we're going to step back a little bit because I'm going to show you the next vignette option. And this option, excuse me, if you pan out to the right of this, you have even more of a gorgeous tree right here on the right, and it even bends up to the left to even complement a vignette. And you got these beautiful trees up here, these dead trees that just look absolutely gorgeous, really, all by themselves. But then when you include this, I don't even know, I'm going to call it a barndo, I guess, this little mini house barn combo. You include that in with this, and you got a nice big vignette. So again, we're doing a circle all the way around. We'll make the barn just a little bit smaller at this point. And then the slope of that roof ties you into the rest of these trees. Okay, so that comes down there. The ground isn't completely flat, so keep that in mind as well. And then it kind of comes up here to the front to support these trees up here. Then you got this big tree right here on the right, and it kind of swoops around a little bit. It's got some pretty branches coming off. Just some gorgeous details. Okay. You can even get this tree in the back here if you want as well. Or you can almost leave that tree out and just do clouds. And if you wanted to do that, that'll complement the vignette with the clouds going this way. As an artist, it really is up to you. Especially if you have a great cloudy day and you have some beautiful clouds to sketch, you definitely would want to include those. But you don't have to if you don't want to. It's all subject to your eye and what you want to include. So for the last sketch here today, again, you have to look at everything. You have to look at all your surroundings, big or small. And as we come over here, I'm just noticing just this crop, and we got a few crops of them around here, of just some little daffodils. And so I'm going to be notating that. So I'm going to draw these out real quick, just from my notes. Now we got some great photos of these as well. And if you do enough of these, you can spread them around on your any piece that you do. If you're looking for some good decorative flowers to add. So I'm just going to draw these out real quick. They would make a nice little complement to any piece. They're just absolutely beautiful. I love the white. They're catching my eye today. And again, as an artist, you got to look at everything. So we're out here in nature and we're looking at it all. So I'll just notate the stems coming down. Okay, we got some more back here. Either way, we're going to put flowers. And again, there's a few patches of these all around. We'll snap some pictures of them, and we can include them in any piece that we want. But they caught my eye, and even though we're out here looking for old barns, you never know what else you're going to find with it. And as an artist, we definitely have to draw it out. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and that'll be the end of the sketches.